Hello, we are live from the Retail Summit in Dubai. My name is Natalie Berg, and I'm delighted to be joined by Richard Flint, Chief Operating Officer of HEMA. So thank you, Richard, for joining me. So I guess just to kick things off, now I hesitate to use the phrase Amazon-proof, but HEMA's business model is quite resilient in that you focus on the things that Amazon can't do, which is discovery, its experience, curation. You go into one of your shops and you probably walk out with something that you didn't intend to buy. So I think that there's probably a lesson there for retail generally. And I'm just wondering your thoughts on how other bricks and mortar retailers can respond to the growth of e-commerce, and how can you differentiate the physical space as a result?
Yeah, that's a great question. Starting where you were alluding to, we really focus around making lives and the daily needs of our customers both easier but also fun. And I suppose we have quite a unique positioning in our own label. 40 designers in Amsterdam are relentlessly making sure that whatever product we put in to approximately 20,000 plus SKUs really makes those lives of customers truly better and more fun. It really is like that. And I think if you think about Amazon or you think about pure play, there's no doubt that brands, and we are viewing ourselves ever more so as a brand. We're in that transition of retailer to brand, which I think is a completely exciting journey we're starting on. We're even more clear that we need to remain extremely relevant. I look after access and experience for the brand. We don't talk about channels. We talk about how do we really give the HEMA brand the best access and experience. And I think, our product has to stand up against whatever, whenever, in whatever marketplace. And we are really relentless on making sure that even if we go into a new market, we do market feasibility, that our Dutch heritage, the fact that the product generally has a unique aspect and resonates with the customer base really quickly, it is critical. We opened in the Middle East only last year. We're learning a ton, but we've also had a fantastic reception by customers to the brand, and they look at it in a very different way to how customers look at the brand in Amsterdam or even how customers look at the brand in Paris. So I think for us it's taking those learnings, and I'll give you an example. We originally went into our international markets with a different concept than we went in or evolved in Holland, and we call that concept the HEMA International concept. It was a lot more edited, it was a lot more bold, it was a lot more about gifting. And we learned from that our consumer journey was really relevant. So we took those learnings and actually took them back into our home market. So the last 18 months we've been transforming our stores in Holland to address what we saw from the customer journey internationally. And now this year and last year we're going to be taking back to our international stores the learnings of how that's formatted into Holland. So the question answer about remaining relevant in e-com and bricks is, for me, there can be no, I think somebody worded it really well, wallless. There can be we have to drive bricks through our clicks, and our clicks is the unique way we drive bricks.
Yeah, great. That's really interesting. I just want to touch on a point that you made, which is about the transition from a retailer to a brand. Do you think that retail needs to become more collaborative? And before you answer, just a little bit of background here. More and more retailers are partnering with other retailers, with technology companies. HEMA's partnered with, taken up physical real estate in Next stores in the UK. And of course, you've got your Albert Heijn partnership, which is hot off the press. So if you could just talk us through a little bit about sort of the rationale behind those deals, and also how do you choose the right partner?
Yeah, again, we really look to how we give. It was about access and experience. So with Albert Heijn, and when we talked to the guys there, we both really wanted to do something strategic that would give the Dutch consumer base more convenience and ability to shop across the breadth of what we believe is the best value proposition in the marketplace. And we believe there's a lot of synergy that can help redefine our store experience. So we can address things like traffic, we can address things like what do our customers see in both brands, and we just thought this is just too big an opportunity. So that was a lot of the thinking, and it was really how do we continue to grow in our home market. We're always looking at innovative ways to grow in our home market. I think the traditional ways of, we'll just take more market share, yeah, we'll just open more stores. Clearly, those days are long gone.
Yeah.
So I think that was the premise there. I think with the UK, again, we thought about where would we give our place and access to the brand a lot more focus. We knew we were going to open up in Kensington. We opened up in High Street Kensington this year next to Whole Foods. It's been really successful for us. We knew we were going to open up in Tottenham Court Road. So collaboration with Next is a bit about our brand and their brand coming together. We have categories that were very complementary, and I think that's the way forward. I think it's got a lot of opportunities for the brand in the future.
Yeah, great. We hear a lot about doom and gloom on the high street, right? Because especially if you look at a market like the UK or the US, lots of stores are closing. Retailers are adapting to a changing customer, a changing climate. But also, there's a lot of exciting things happening. So I'm just interested to get your thoughts on what you find exciting in retail and what are the opportunities out there for retailers?
I never think there's been bigger opportunity. So I think you can look at it two ways. And we're an optimistic brand, and we just recently changed ownership. We're run by private equity. We've now got a fantastic investment company and entrepreneurial owner. And you just see the energy that we need to move into retail and being a brand as an opportunity. So I think we have to be focused. And I think that as you see the move from some bricks and mortar into digital, that's an opportunity. Whether it be by lower rents or opportunities to be in spaces the brand would never really wanted to look at in the past. And then I think the partnerships element is something we have to explore because, long gone are the days where you take 10 stores and open up a marketplace. You go in probably either through a third-party platform or you look at your own .com business. So I think it's really making the opportunity to be agile a lot easier. I see it as just an opportunity every day. So I'm really positive about the future.
Yeah.
I think and you have to also, you're not afraid to fail occasionally.
Yeah.
There's almost like, we do get, we have to learn fast from that failure. And everybody talks about it's a bit cliched, but I think in HEMA we're starting to build that culture, which is exciting.
And agility was a word you used a lot in your session, which I think is spot on.
Yeah.
One final question. We're almost at the end of the Retail Summit. How have you found the conference, and are there any key themes or key learnings for you?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I think, a key theme I've picked up, and it's more a theme, it's the way you guys have brought it together, is it's not death by PowerPoint. And I think so often we go to conferences and I see just death by PowerPoint. Here's more human, people giving real business cases, talking about, a little bit off the record. It's really tangible to take away. That's been great. I think we've had some inspiring speakers, Richard Branson, Joe Malone, great personal stories, and I think it's the I that really gives you the leadership message. So yeah, overall, I think it's been really good. So congrats. I think over the years, you always come back. Where's the value? I've got a member of my team with me, really, really positive about it. I've seen a lot of conferences, so I wouldn't say anything else.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Richard.